Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Hey guys, time for a new wheel review. And based on the size of this box and the two wheels next to it, you probably know what's inside. First, a huge shout out to Bradley and Lucas from EVs. They've provided me this wheel and I'm gonna have a blast with it. Check out this video where it was first introduced when they were doing a little tour of Southern California. It was a very fun video, fun riding with them. Those are always great guys. I like it when they come down and ride with us, and hopefully we'll be doing some riding this year too. Now, I've always been a huge fan of the Mten series of wheels. When I started, there was none that you could buy. I was aware of the Mten, the first one, and the Mten4. I'd seen videos of them, very few videos, but they look like a blast. So when this wheel was announced, basically about 5 years ago, it was late 2017, a bunch of us immediately got online and ordered them direct from China. There were many less dealers back then, and none of them looked like they were going to be carrying the Mten4, at least for probably a long time. So we ordered them, got them in about a month later, and I've been loving this wheel ever since. Such a playful wheel to have. I think everyone needs to have an Mten type wheel. And these guys are so robust. This wheel is 5 years old now, and it still works great. It's been through a lot. I've painted it. I had to fix the battery. I converted it to tubeless, but still works great. And I later got the 64, 67 volt version of the Mten4. And for how I ride, where I'm just playing with it, I'm not trying to go 25 miles an hour, climb steep hills. This guy has just as much low-end torque to me as this one. So they're both really fun to play with. And this one's quite a bit cheaper than that one. But now I have the Mten4, and I'm really excited to have that in my collection. These are permanent wheels. I'm never going to be getting rid of my Mten wheels. They're just so fun to play with. Now, before I continue, I normally don't promote affiliate links, but EVs did give me one, and I'm retired. I don't need the money, so what I've decided to do is if you buy any wheel from EVs, I'll get a commission. 100% of that commission will be donated to the American Childhood Cancer Organization. There'll be a link down below too if you want to visit them separately. I'm really just piggybacking off what Seth Johnson has done with the Amped Electric Games. He created that original affiliation with the American Childhood Cancer Organization. So I'll be donating all those funds through his website. All right, with that, let's open this guy up. QC passed. I'm kind of assuming that's from EVs. I think they open up their wheels, because after all, this is still a big old wheel, and you never know. You never know what you're going to get. So from a dealer's perspective, I would want to open up all the boxes before I shipped out a wheel. Yes, here we go. EVs, important information for warranty, repair, shipping. Cool. So this is actually the first wheel I've received, received shipped to me from EVs. So first experience. Hey, I love this that they're doing this. It's all about branding, I think. And Bradley and Lucas are big into branding, which I think anyone who's selling products should do that. So you got your stickers. I'll probably stick a couple of those on the Mten. And it's so funny. I actually have right here is a valve because I thought I might need to do it, but these guys are paying attention to the details. You can't see this. Maybe I'll show you a closer up view, but it's a valve cover, but branded with their lightning bolt. I first saw these at the Amped Electric Games. I grabbed a handful for all my wheels because I just think it's fun. So it's great that they included that. Good paying attention to the details, you guys. So I'll be sticking that on the wheel. Manual, of course. All that good stuff. It's fun opening up a little tiny wheel box like this. I'll have to break my back getting this out. And chargers in there. Guys, I just I'll show you. I'll shoot some video of me playing around with this, but these wheels, the Mten wheels, are so fun to play with. If you haven't experienced that, I can just imagine you unfortunately don't live where there are many fellow riders, because if you do, at this point in time, I think in any community there's going to be some people who own these wheels, and once you play with one, you're going to want to get one yourself. Just about in Southern California, at this point, everyone in our community that I can think of has one of these wheels. Some guys have, like me, more than one. You know, they're fun to play around when you're getting together as a group before the big event, whatever that is, the day. When I was at the Amped Games, I was riding my Mten4 all around the place because it was a huge area, right? And I would use that to commute around. So as you can see, I'm enthusiastic for these wheels for sure. See if I can remember how to turn this on. It's not going to balance. I think you hit power button 5 times. 1, 2. That did something. Let me see. 2. I thought it was that. Okay. I'll get back to you in a second, show you what I did to get this to balance, to get it out of the shipping mode. All right, I had to Google it. I knew it was associated with pressing the power button 5 times, but didn't quite know the total secret sauce. Now, I wanted to, before I did that, I wanted to go look at documentation I had to see, okay, was it written anywhere how to do this? Because on their other wheels that have a lift button, they have a tag that tells you how to do this, but nothing on the Mten4. So I think that's a mistake. You shouldn't, someone gets a new wheel that's totally new to EUCs or Bigot, shouldn't be left wondering how do they get their wheel to work. So the secret sauce is when you turn on the power button, within 2 seconds, you have to hit the power button 5 times. So it's on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get the long beep. Cycle the power. And it's balancing. And by the way, if you repeat that sequence, it'll go back into transport mode, which could be useful if you're shipping this to someone. Wow, sadly, my headlight is broken. Must have been a big impact in the front because there's a crack here and here in the metal casing, like this got pushed in. Oh well, obviously EVs will be sending me a new headlight. And it looks like if I wanted to, I could actually unscrew this front and cut another piece of plastic and stick it in there. But I can wait till I get a new one. These things happen. That's why it's handy if you do buy these from a dealer, you can get fast support. All right, let's see how much pressure is in the tire. Never assume it's good when you get it from a new wheel. Looks like about 34 or so, which is great. That's actually, I kind of like riding my Mten4s at about low 30s. And here is the new branded cap, which again I love. I'm going to put that on there. Actually, I think, I know it's a hassle, but they probably should put this on, and EVs should probably put this on, and then in the act of putting that on, they would spot things like, damage from the factory, assuming my broken headlight came from the factory, but of course it could have come when it was shipped from Canada to Southern California. I had to remove the two bolts that hold this light on. This was pressed in like that, so you can just tell the amount of force it must have hit this thing. Normally it's out like here, but I can't get these both screws in like this, because I think basically I need to bend this out. Now hopefully it goes out saying that you would not have to do this if you got your own wheel. This would be a case of shipping it back and getting a new wheel, because to get this properly fixed, this is all one. It's like a unibody here, and that's not the kind of repair you would expect to have to do yourself on a brand new wheel. But I just want to get going so I can have some fun with this guy, so I'm okay with doing this. And again, EVs will straighten me out here. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to get the bolts in now. Okay, well, sadly, this is so warped that it'll be impossible, even with a whole new headlight, to get this working. This is a case where this whole sheet metal body has been damaged. It's unfortunate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out this hole to make it bigger so I can put the bolt in there and at least mount the light, because right now I can't even. The only way I could mount this light would be to smush it back in like it originally was. I just want to get it more or less secured so I can have fun with the wheel. Okay, well, unfortunately, this is so warped, damaged, it's impossible for me to get both bolts aligned. So I'm not going to be able to fully fix this. Even if I get a new headlight assembly, which I will be getting, I'll only be able to secure it with one bolt, which is okay for me. It's not going to bother me. Again, like I said, if you got this wheel, you'd be getting a new wheel. This highlights one of the problems with this stamped steel unibody construction of the Mten4 is if it really gets damaged, you pretty much have to replace the whole thing. And I don't even know if this is a part number that you could actually get a new body for the Mten4. I'll find out. I'll let you know when I get the new headlight. I'll let you know what if this is something that EVs actually sells, in case you were to damage yours in a bad tumble. All right, I am going to install these pads with the tape for the time being, but I think ultimately I'm going to probably replace these with some custom-made side panels so that I can use my own pads. We'll see, but I think this will certainly work good for the time being. By the way, people that have a hard time getting this tape off, just use an X-Acto knife. Do it like I'm doing here. Just poke it through the paper. And very easy. Don't use your fingers. Okay. Pretty easy. Feels really secure. I don't know, I've seen people complain about these pads, but installation seems smooth and fast to me. I just finished adjusting the dihedral angle on these pedals. I like some angle on my pedals. As shipped, these were flat, which for you that like to have flat pedals, that's good. You can actually get these flat. I love all the Godway Begold pedals that they're shipping on all their wheels right now. I might change these down the road. We'll see. A little maybe spikier. Depends on how I end up using this wheel. But as it is, love these. Don't be afraid to adjust them. All you need is 5mm Allen wrench, the same one that you use for your pedal installation. They make it really convenient to, there's two grub screws here that apply pressure to this plate, and basically put it like this and loosen those two screws, and you can just adjust one of these to make it as steep as you want, and then screw in the other grub screw to apply equal pressure. Tighten up these screws and you're done. So I really do love all the Godway pedals which are currently shipping. All right, almost done customizing this for now, but I'm gonna do a firmware upgrade, which I'm sure a lot of you probably know about, but you can do a upgrade to the firmware that I think it's called Fun LEDs. Basically, it lets you cycle through a bunch of different patterns for the back light. So that's kind of fun. So I'll show you that process real quick. Okay, I'm connected to the wheel and I'm using EUC World. I don't know if you can use Darkness Bot to do this, but EUC World is my favorite app of all time, of course. I'm just going to go to Wheel, and here you can pick. What's interesting is with EUC World, there's, at least right now, there's 2 firmware channels that you can pick. I have it on the official channel, and that's basically using the firmware that comes from Begold, and the other one is for non-Begold firmware. So we'll leave it there. Firmware update, and we see that we have a fun wheel in parentheses, the second one. I'm going to load that one. Click update. The wheel, by the way, is laying on its side on my other bench. Oops, interesting. Problems. We'll do it again. It says restart the application and restart the wheel. We'll do that. Okay, I just restarted the wheel. See, it says firmware updating. Looked like it picked up where it stopped. Okay, I'm going to cycle the power in the wheel again. Updating firmware. So it looks like it just basically restarts when it fails. $62, $67, $70. We can do it. 100% firmware updated. Let's cycle the power in the wheel. Okay, let's turn on the wheel. Let's see what we've got. There we go. Fun LEDs. And every time you hit the power button 3 times, it'll cycle into different modes. I'm assuming there's maybe 9 modes. You can also set the mode directly in the app. All right, nice. Okay, I have my own Mten4 all set up, ready to have a fun time with it. So of course I'm going to get the new headlight. I'll show you that when I get it installed. I'm going to get a trolley handle because I love using Mten4 to go to local stores shopping, and the trolley handle comes in really handy for how I plan on using the wheel. Again, I might change the pads, the pedals, might add power pads to this wheel. I don't know, all kinds of options. I'll have a fun time with it. I think tomorrow I'll take it for a little kind of a mini range test. I know on the Mten4 I could do about 20 miles on that. It's a little North River loop. I think I'll do the same thing. Probably won't go over that, we'll see, but at least I'll see how much battery I have when I'm done with it. Should be a fun time. Gonna have a blast with this guy. And that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, safe riding.